Night of Destruction #1, Season 5 of the Low Budgets, and it is time for the first Demolition Derby of the year. Now, Tommy, we know going into this point that the car count for this one is going to be low.
It's going to be low.
We saw that. I think we have 5 cars that are going to be competing in this one, but we will be debuting a new character car, Spike the Dragon. Oh, man. How will Spike do? Nobody knows.
That is definitely my favorite paint scheme that Sarah's done on a car. Great idea with the spikes. I love the spikes. Those things are awesome.
The party hat spikes. And
yeah. I mean, it's beautiful, and I hope those things fall apart during the Derby. But I'm more excited to see how those things hold on than I am about how the results go.
Yeah, so I have a fresh car ready to go. You have a car that is as far from fresh as it can get.
It's definitely food for less quality.
Dude, and you're getting ready to go in this one. It's beat up.
It's beat up. And then Shayla's got a car that, she might wipe us all out with.
Yeah, so there's only time will tell, but we do know that we also have our competitors. We have Adam in this Demolition Derby, who's always a tough competitor, but I think we got a rookie with us in this one too. Jeremy Queener, the 92 machine.
Now, we've seen him racing all over, figure eights and professional racing, but
Enduros, all that stuff.
But now he gets to do his debut professional derby.
Yeah, so there's going to be 5 of us out there. It's a competitive little field out there, so we'll see how it turns out, Tommy. The Demolition Derby, it is time.
Demo Derby time.
Is Tommy coming?
Jeffrey's on his way.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Well, my car's already halfway warm, and I'm just gonna keep climbing, so I got what I got. Gonna hope for the best. 5-car derby, it looks like.
All right, Spike. Let's show Mama Twilight what you can do.
Looks like they're doing the everybody look at each other lineup. I like that. Hey, Bab. Hey, Jeremy. Hey, there's Jeffrey. There's Jeffrey. I can kind of see out the windshield. Hey, my lights still work. I think it's everybody for themselves. With five.
I'm on everyone's team.
Oh, okay.
Everyone is with me, so everyone should go after me last.
Jeffrey said he's on everybody's team. Will you beat me up? I wonder how my car's gonna do without a trunk or my hood. I'm gonna have to be so careful. I'm gonna have to be so careful without a hood. Not that it matters much on this car.
Got something in my arm.
like that tire smell? front, so they tell me I'm out because I have no front tires. I'd throw a bitch if it wasn't my teammates ahead of me, so, oh well. I see an axle on the ground. Jeffrey now, going for the winning trophy. That's it? That's it? What the hell? So, we don't know who won.
Who won? Is it over?
Yeah. Good job.
Good job, everybody.
You got first.
Good job, baby. I'm so confused. I mean, you can be the judge. I'm still here running. The car's still running, guys. What the fuck? What's the call? Like, if I don't know if did they DQ me? What the fuck?
So, rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, who won?
Well, can we finish the derby?
I want to take a picture with Bob.
Oh, I'm sorry. You should have given me a coach. I mean, I'm happy,
I know, I'm
but
sorry.
I'm a little confused.
I am too.
Tommy made it. Jeff Bass got second place.
Yeah. Well, last time I checked, I mean, we could check, but
Congratulations.
last time I did the Demolition Derby, it was the last car running. There's 2 cars still running on that arena. So, I mean, I'm just being honest. I love this place, but it always, sometimes this stuff confuses me. I mean, am I the only one confused?
Thank you.
You are wrong.
We'll take a picture with Tommy.
That's true. All right, Shayla, you got the big trophy. Now, how'd you do?
How'd you guys like that show? Was it a good one? I think so. I mean, I won, but I honestly don't know why they ended the Derby early. I was still out there ready to keep going. I wish I won it a little bit more fairly, but I mean, maybe there's something that happened I wasn't entirely sure of.
Now, how are you going to discuss this with Tommy later on?
Tommy got 3rd place, so it's okay. But Jeffrey, well, I don't know, there's a rivalry going on now.
All right, well, next one you go on, we're going to go at it next time.
Valentine_2.
Like I said, I don't care who won.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's such a shit show.
Yeah.
Like, that fucking is stupid. I'm gonna drive my car off the track.
Get my camper on my car, and we're gonna come out here. I'm gonna park it in the center of the track. I don't care who wins it. I was with my
Jeffrey's all pissed off.
I don't blame them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't either.
Well, did I hit you hard or no?
Huh?
Did I ever hit you hard or no? No. Okay, good.
I'm not mad at you. Jeffrey and I hit each other hard.
I loved when he flew over my car and took off your door. Did you remember that?
Yeah. Do we know why they called it?
Probably because someone was sleeping. I don't know.
I feel bad. He took his trophy home, but
No, you won it.
his car was in better running shape than mine was.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. My car was like on the... Adam's gonna be so mad at me.
Did you hit him in the axle?
No, yeah, I was the one who took him out.
Because all of a sudden I heard, I mean, it didn't look like a big hit, but all of a sudden I just hear ring, bing, 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 and I'm like, oh no, who is that? And then everybody moved except for you. I'm sorry, him.
Keys. Yeah. But they called it early. Jeffrey and I were still running. I feel bad for Jeffrey. Is he yelling at people?
He's parking it over there. Good boy.
But I'm glad to hear someone tell me what they were saying.
That's what he was saying on the radio. Somebody do something or I'm going to call it.
Well, if they want to find other people, derbies, I feel like we're hurting on car count. Last time I checked, because we came last night at 6 a.m. this morning getting this car ready for them to call it early. And that's the thing. You know who won? It was Shayla's or Tommy's fiance, Shayla. I'm happy with that. But at least let my car die. Let her win it.
Right, by knocking you out.
Everybody was confused.
Yeah.
Like that was it. The caution came out, and then. But they kept yelling at me. They kept yelling at me. Don't, you're done. You're timed out. I'm like, I'm timed out. I'm still moving. Because I had too flat. I had no tires on my spark.
I wonder if somehow he got DQ'd for some reason. That's the only thing I can think of.
I don't know how we would get DQ'd.
Was it Mike who called it?
Yep.
Disappointed. Oh well. Trailer race. Yep.
The Demolition Derby has concluded, and all I can ask is WTF.
WTF. I'm right there with you. I mean, so
That was weird.
it happened again. It happened.
Remember that?
Again.
It's been a while, but
it happened again.
It happened
I wasn't happy the first time. I'm not happy now. I feel like you and Shayla should be the least happy because you two were still fighting for a victory.
Yeah.
I was pretty much told that I cannot compete throughout the Derby any longer because my two front tires went flat. And I, was sparking up, I guess, or whatever. And in doing so, they were telling me, no, you cannot move anymore. I tried to do a couple of sneak attacks by just like putting it in forward or reverse gear and just lightly tapping the throttle so I don't spark, but I can still be claimed to move. Because the whole time I was watching you and Shayla duking it out, I was like, one of these two are going to knock each other out, or maybe they're both going to knock themselves out, and then all I got to do is keep moving until the officials in front of me said, no, you're done.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. I guess I can understand that. But then it happened, Jeffrey.
Then it happened. So leading up to the then it happened moment, we know Adam was in this derby. I think his axle broke.
Yeah, it broke early. That's a bummer.
I think he blamed me. but he had a mechanical failure there, and you can hear him just revving the whole time. And then Queener sparking it up out there like crazy.
That was awesome. I loved that.
But it was cool because for, I think, the first time ever, we had the opportunity where it was the three of us at the end. Mm-hmm. And, Shayla and I had to waste you quick. And we did.
You did. But I already had a beat-up car, so I don't blame you.
By the time it got to Shayla and I in our showdown, our cars were beat up. And all of a sudden, as we're going, we're beating each other, and I see I see all the fire and safety guys saying, stop, stop. And I stopped because I was under the impression that there was a fire, a safety issue. We needed to stop for safety. Once I stopped, they're like, get out, the derby's over. And I'm like, but we're still running. Like, her car looked fine. My car's running. And the cars were close to being done. But the thing is, both of them were close to being done. And at that point, I was already, when I realized the checker flag was fine, I didn't care. I didn't know who was declared the winner yet. I was already fuming. I was pissed. I'm like, this is not how we end a demolition derby.
No, it's not.
It's not the people, you guys, according to what we were told later, and it took me a while to get this answer, was, well, you guys weren't really hitting at that point. And I'm like, that's part of the strategy of a demolition derby. It's not that we weren't hitting, because we were. It's that our cars were so beat up that, your cars can only do so much when they're moving this fast.
Yeah.
But the cars were still very capable of taking one or the other out. It was a bad call. It was just straight up a bad call. And as you see, I mean, I went around and I actually walked up to the announcer that was filling in that night.
Yeah.
He wasn't used to this stuff, but he knew who we were, and he figured, oh, I can trust these guys.
Yeah.
And poor Bob, I will go right up, and I just, as sarcastic as ever, went up and went, it's really confusing. I thought that we usually finish these demolition derbies when the last car's running, or whatever I said. But yeah, I was not happy.
It's a bummer. It's not how you end a derby.
No, it's not.
I mean, we stand in front of a crowd, hours before that demolition derby and say, guys, the best part about this event is it's last car running.
Yes.
So you better hope that you get your car up to, the last car being able to run. But
that's it.
I don't know what the call was. Maybe we'll never know, but it was a bad call.
Yeah, and I feel bad on the other end, because really when they make this call, it takes away, I feel, from both drivers in the running. Even though Shayla was declared the winner, and this is the other side where I felt bad about, I'm like, I know I'm actively pissed off and complaining about this. It's not about who won or who finished second. And, when you finish second, it's real easy to be like, oh, that's not why I'm complaining. But like I said, you can see me. I'm pissed off before I even heard who won the derby.
You and I, we have this, very same, and I don't think anybody would be, happy if they finished second to a decision like this. But more so, I know you, and you're very much like me when it came to this decision. And when it happened before, you were as equally upset as I was. That it's just like I know you would still be upset if it was you that won and Shayla finished second.
Right.
Because you still had cars. You drove your car off the track.
Yeah, I did. I told you. I'm like, I'm going to make a statement and drive this car off the track. And even Shayla, she won, and, there's that to be happy about, but I could tell that she even was not thrilled about what had happened.
A lot of confusion.
It was. So it's dumb. I have a car that's still running. Spike did a great job. That car, that little beast, that little dragon, he did what he could. I would have liked to have either won it with a car running or had it left on the track. And now we have a car that's half running that we have to figure out something to do with.
Exactly.
I'm sure we'll find something. But so just a shame for the call. Outside of that, we wrapped up the podium, Team Low Budget, so that was cool.
It was still fun, don't get us wrong.
It was a fun derby, but it was just a terrible call at the end of it, and it's something that we're definitely going to talk to the officials and make sure that they understand why this is not how you end it.
Not okay.
So that was a weird one, but still the Demolition Derby was fun. It was a wild one. Your car, I'm surprised how long your car lasted.
Me too.
So it was great, but we still have a trailer race, Tommy, and honestly for me, this was the event, I think for a lot of us, that we said, this is the event that's the important one.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about why coming up next on the Low Budgets, the trailer race. Here it comes.